Hi, y'all. This is Genevieve with Belladonna and Moonbeams. How are y'all doing? Apparently, my dogs do not like me barking in case you're hearing them in the background. So, anyway, this is the reading for Aries for March 15th through March 21st, 2021. And I think that things are starting to look up. COVID seems to be in the downturn. The weather's getting better. Things just are looking better for this year. That doesn't mean that it's going to be all rainbows and white doves, but it is going to improve, which is what I've always said. So for you, Aries, the first card we get is the Three of Pentacles. Now, this card is about people starting to realize that you're a good merchant, or that whatever it is you do at your job, you're doing a good job of it, and they're starting to give you props for it. They're starting to recognize that you're doing the job you're doing, which I think you've needed that. Sometimes we don't get credit for what we do because the other people are jealous or a whole bunch of other things going on. However, next to it, we get the Two of Pentacles, which is upside down, so turn it over, which shows me that you're trying to balance too much, that you are trying to do too much work, do too much everything, and you feel like you're juggling. And that doesn't mean that it's not good to have a balance, but you've got to have to bring this into balance. You want it to be all even. You don't want it to be just work or just play or just whatever. Well, personally, I'd like a lot more play, but whatever. Also, we get the Page of Swords to the other side. There is somebody that's going on around you, somebody in your life, maybe at your job, since it seems to be around this card, that is not what they seem. They are not your friend. So you need to keep your counsel, keep your mouth shut. Don't be getting into it with them. Just recognize them for what they are and let it go. It just means you don't trust them in the future. It means you learn from your mistakes, since it appears to be at your place of employment or at your job. So we don't want you to get in trouble over standing up for yourself. Just let it go, keep your counsel, and know that it'll all work out in the long run. Also, we get the Knight of Cups. So turn this over. And this is not going to happen right away, but there is an offer coming towards you that will improve your finances in a lot of ways. So when you get that offer, it's a genuine offer, and you need to genuinely evaluate it and decide if that's where you want to go. And you also get the Four of Swords. Once again, turn it over. This card tells me that when you get this offer, you need to stop and think about it. You need to meditate on it. Back in the day, when the knights would come back from battle, they would evaluate what had been happening and decide how they could have done better, how they did great. They just evaluated the whole situation. No recriminations, no judgment, just could have done better, And also with it by the Page of Swords, that's telling me that you need to be evaluating who that person is, where they fit in your life. The same with your offer. It all ties together. But ultimately, you need to work on getting some more balance in your life because you are overwhelmed with your work right now. Now, in fact, today, I was coming home from brunch, and it occurred to me, I was thinking about something that had happened like in the 90s. You know how that is. And I started beating myself up again. And this card is a warning not to do that. So when I found myself beating myself up, I stopped. I canceled it while I was driving, so I didn't go cancel like that. But I said, no, I am not a failure. I am a good person that has made some mistakes. And I started giving myself affirmations. I am intelligent. I am smart. I am a good person. And that's what you need to do when you find yourself using recriminations. Because this card says, do no recriminations. Just evaluate. No judgment, especially for yourself. You can look at it and say, okay, yeah, I wish I had done better. Do your apologies if you need to, even if it might mean to apologize to yourself. Hey, Genevieve, I am sorry that I made bad choices in the 90s. Yeah, apologize to yourself and get rid of those regrets. Regrets do not do you any good at all. Okay, now I'm going to pull a card from the Earth Magic Oracle deck. I love this deck. I'm actually going out of town in a few weeks. Well, whenever. I'm going out of town shortly. And I'm going to take this deck with me. There's 2 decks, 2 oracles, and my tarot, of course, has to go. And this is childhood innocence. That card says that you are to go back to some of those innocent days, that innocent thoughts, that innocent behavior. That doesn't mean you don't stay with your eyes open, but to feel the world with that childhood innocence. That can be as simple as seeing a bird and realizing that that is a gift from the universe to see that bird. When the dragonfly came into my bathroom that day, that was a gift from Source. So, and that was my childhood innocence that recognized it was a gift. That's what you're being told to do, is recognize the gifts you get. And finally, one more card. It says autumnal equinox, release. And I think that goes back to you're holding on to some things that are no longer serving you. Release them. Release them. Okay, y'all. I'm going to be doing a Facebook Live on the 18th at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Please check it out. It's going to be on Belladonna and Moonbeams Facebook Live. And of course, if you want to do a private reading, send me a text to 405-512-9400. And subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't ever miss another reading again.